Welcome to the animal kingdom, where only one rule applies: survival of the fittest. In this world, there are no politics, religion, or democracy. Your physical strength is what determines the quality of life you'll live. And because of that, it's very common to see animals fighting each other. Today, we're going to check out some of these fights. But this is not just any matchup. We are looking at the 18 best animal fights of all time. So fasten your seatbelt, because the least of these is more deadly than the most brutal UFC fight you've ever seen. Giraffe versus lion. Due to the difference in ecosystem, these two wildlife animals would most likely not compete against each other in a fight. But what if they do? Who do you think has a better advantage? Let's find out. Most lions can run at a maximum speed of 35 miles per hour, and giraffes can run at 30 miles per hour themselves. Although their speed difference is not so significant, in terms of speed, a lion will win. However, it's a challenge when your opponent's body is several feet above you. This makes lions lose their advantage over the lanky giraffe in a fight, making this fight a tie. Alligator versus python. The python and alligator have always competed for dominance in their aquatic habitat. A python must be significantly longer and more powerful to defeat an alligator. However, in most instances, an adult alligator would prevail over a python in a fight. Lion versus hyena. Lions and hyenas are natural rivals. They occupy the same territory and share similar traits. Although hyenas have a more powerful bite, it is not strong enough to reach the throat or head of a lion. The lion will kill the hyena by biting it in a critical location in a real-life situation. Can hyenas defeat lions in a battle? Yes, but typically that happens when a sizable pack of hyenas can isolate a single lion that is typically weakened or old. Otherwise, killing a lion would require outsmarting the bigger and stronger animal, which is not likely. Pacific giant octopus versus great white shark. It sucks for an octopus to be in a shark tank. However, the giant Pacific octopus, one of the most terrifying aquatic giants, is known to always defeat its opponent. It does this by engulfing its prey without considering its size. Would it be able to take down the great white shark as well? The shark is bigger and more muscular in terms of size. For a fair fight to take place, we will need to refer to a massive octopus weighing more than 440 pounds. The octopus's skin texture and color enable it to camouflage underwater. It would strike the shark unaware, and once it can paralyze it with its venom, this humongous creature becomes a piece of cake for the Pacific giant octopus. Cat versus alligator. When a cat comes into contact with an alligator, it does view it as a threat. However, some cats choose to fight and defend their territory over running away. If an alligator comes too close, it may hiss, snarl, huff, or even slap at it. Well, the relatively bigger size of the opponent alligator causes fear in other animals, and you can't possibly win a fight when you're scared. The alligator definitely has the advantage here. Hippos versus crocodile. Two of the most dangerous animals in the wild are hippopotamuses and crocodiles. They could be fiercer than lions. Animals in sub-Saharan Africa hesitate before drinking water from the water hole because these animals roam the valuable rivers there. So it's only fair to speculate about what may transpire if a hippo and a crocodile fight. The hippo's sharp cutting teeth are its greatest weapon against the croc, making hippos the winner of this fight. African wild dog versus hyena. Are you wondering if the battle between a hyena and an African wild dog will go down well? Let's find out. Hyenas and wild dogs are just two of the fascinating animal types found in Africa. Many people mistake an African wild dog for a hyena, yet these two carnivores differ in appearance and behavior. The African wild dog is the largest canine species in Africa, reaching 60 to 75 centimeters in height at the shoulders and weighing 18 to 36 kilograms. However, spotted hyenas, which can grow to 92 centimeters and weigh 86 kilograms. Hyenas are bigger and stronger than wild dogs. They also have long front legs and short hind legs. Discovery has it that the physical features of the life forms impact every fight in the animal kingdom. Therefore, hyenas would definitely overpower a wild dog in a fight. Elephant versus crocodile. It's believed that elephants have extraordinary memories, but as we learn more about elephants, it seems that their remarkable memory is just one aspect of outstanding intellect. They are one of the planet's most social, creative, and caring species. However, a fight between an elephant and a crocodile rarely occurs. If it does, what would be the outcome? You should be aware at this point that an elephant won't play with its young and will stomp any crocodiles that attempt to prey on it. Hippos versus lioness. In the hippo versus lioness fight, these two opponents are known for their massive size. However, the hippo is tough-skinned and more massive than the female lion. The hippo often takes advantage of its bigger size to attack. At this point, slamming the lioness against the floor war can be easily achieved. Honey badger versus lion. Fighting is beyond the physical, and the honey badger excels at making his opponent fearful. The honey badger is a cranky little animal. It fears no one and never accepts defeat. Its tough skin is hard for a lion to tear apart. Only a pistol or machete can kill the badger. We would consider this battle between the honey badger and the lion a tie. Baboons versus crocodiles. The crocodiles are the trickiest predators for the baboons, but they can prey on the young crocodiles or eggs or avoid drinking from a particular water hole to stay safe from the croc. Also, it largely depends on the alarm calls from its folks. Otherwise, it jumps from tree to tree to prevent being eaten by a lurking crocodile. If these primates fight with a crocodile, their chance of escape is slim. The massive size and sharp teeth of its opponent will readily defeat them. In this battle, the crocodile is the winner. Lion versus monkey. Monkeys and lions are good climbers, although the latter rarely climbs trees. However, in situations where its prey is at the top of the tree, it won't hesitate. The lion's sharp claws and massive size will readily take down the monkey. In this fight, the lion is the clear winner. Donkey versus pig. When you hear about a donkey versus pig fight, you might already guess who the winner will be. Let's find out if your guess is correct. In most situations, a strayed pig is a ready-made snack for the donkey to pounce on. Without the intervention of humans, a donkey can easily mangle a pig because it has relatively big size to its advantage. Elephant versus hippo. Elephants and hippos are two of the biggest and most dangerous wildlife animals. Who would be the champion in a battle between these two dangerous beasts? The battle between the elephant and the hippo narrows down to size, strength, and attack power. An elephant surpasses a hippo in terms of weight, height, and length. It can also wreak so much havoc on the savannah with its tusks. Hippos are territorial bullies and possess one of the strongest bites in the animal kingdom, a bite strong enough to split a crocodile in two. From an objective perspective, a fight between the two parties would probably end in a tie, because both creatures have aggressive and offensive strategies to capture prey and defend themselves from predators. Dog versus tiger. A battle between a dog and a tiger is easy to predict. I can gamble on this particular fight because the odds are against the dog. A carnivorous killer skilled in devouring its prey will take the dog down without hassle. Hawk versus goose. Sharp talons, a big curved beak, and strong legs are features of hawks. To bite and shred its prey, it uses its sharp beak. Hawks take time to observe before launching an attack and can see 8 times better than humans. The northern hemisphere is home to various massive waterfowl, including the goose. The bird's loud, aggressive behavior helps it to fight off predators from its gooselings. A goose is a barrier to hawks. However, it can get away with young gooselings, which is a plus for the hawk. Tiger versus wild pig. In the wild, a relatively small animal can overpower a more massive animal if it takes the correct steps. Occasionally, this is true for the tiger versus wild pig fight, but generally, the feline will often outmuscle its wild pig opponent. A tiger's massive body and sharp teeth pull down and tear its prey apart. Gazelles versus cheetahs. Gazelle is an undeniably fast sprinter. This herbivore lives in the savannah and is usually tan-colored. What would be the fate of this tan-colored herbivore against the world's fastest animal? The cheetah is the world's fastest animal. It runs at the speed of 75 miles per hour. However, its gazelle opponent can only get up to 45 miles per hour. The gazelle is known for its endurance ability, which can help it wear out the cheetah in a chase. It cannot outrun a cheetah, but can easily outmaneuver its way in a fight. However, in most situations, the strong-bodied and fast opponent will bring it down at a close range. So tell us what you think about these magnificent animals in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to leave a thumbs up, click the notification icon, and smash that subscribe button for more amazing animal territory videos. Thanks for watching.